And upper back resting down. And now let's bring our attention to our shoulders. So just let them feel heavy. The shoulder blades are anchored down into the ground. And now we've got the upper arms, the elbows, the lower arms, the wrists, the hands, and every finger nice and relaxed and soft. Now let's lengthen the back of the neck a little, just by tucking the chin in a few millimeters towards the chest. And imagining the energy drawing up through the entire body, the back of the neck, through the head, and out of the crown. And let's take 2 cleansing breaths, and that's breathing through the nose and like a nice sigh out of the mouth. So when you're ready, take a nice breath in through the nose and out the mouth. Let's do another one. Take a nice breath in through the nose and out the mouth. So we're going to do 3 breath techniques here, well, 3 parts of a breath technique. So we're going to breathe into 1/3 of the capacity, and I always imagine the breath going into the belly, breathe it up to just above the navel, and then up to the rib cage, and then the third final breath goes up to the collarbone, and then we exhale through the nose. Okay, so we're breathing into the nose and out through the nose. So let's do a couple of rounds together. So just exhale now. And we breathe into the belly, hold it, and then breathe up to the rib cage, hold it, and then breathe all the way up to the collarbone, really full now, everything expanding, and exhaling nice and slow, and the body just softens and weights down into the ground. Do a couple more breaths. So inhaling into the belly, up to the navel. Hold it. And then another breath all the way in, up to the rib cage. Hold it. And let's breathe all the way up to the collarbone, feeling up the body. Try and relax the face and the shoulders. And slowly exhaling all the way out. And let's do that again. So breathing in for 1, pause, breathing in for 2, pause, breathing in for 3, all the way up to the top, and exhaling nice and slowly, all the way empty. Let's do 1 more. So inhale for 1, pause, inhale for 2, pause, inhale for 3, and exhale nice and slowly all the way out. So let's just return back to our normal breath. Maybe you want to open the eyes if they were closed. And bring the soles of the feet underneath the knees now. And we're going to raise the right foot into the air. Interlace your fingers around the back of your leg, so they're close to the knee but on the thigh, on the hamstring. And we're going to do some compression to open up the hamstring. So press the leg into the fingers and draw the fingers towards you. Okay, so you get that real connection, a strong connection through the leg. So we're activating the muscles in the leg, pressing the hamstring into the fingers, and the fingers are drawing towards you. So elbows are close to the body, relaxing the jaw and the shoulders. Really, really pull it in and then release. Just let the foot dangle up and do some ankle circles. Maybe pointing through the toes and pressing through the heel. And let's do that again. So pressing that leg into the entwined fingers, really noticing there's a good strong connection there. And let's hold that for 1 more breath. And then release, and then another couple of circles or movement, maybe bend the leg, whatever feels good. And let's do one more. Don't forget to press the lumbar into the ground as well. So press that hamstring into the fingers and then draw the hands towards you. So you get that static motion, but it's very strong. But really squeeze and push. And then relax. A little bit of movement with the legs. And now we're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee. Now this is our recline pigeon pose. You can stay here if that's enough for you, or you can thread the hands through the back of the left thigh, interlace the fingers again. Try and keep the hips quite square if you can. Activate the right foot. So press through the heel so the toes are pointing up, and just let the left foot dangle down. Now you'll feel this in the outside edge of the hip and the glutes and down the leg perhaps. And the more you assist that left thigh up towards your chest, it will intensify the stretch. But just go what you feel with today. So one more breath here. Really rest into it, enjoying that opening. And release that leg down now, so the left foot comes to the ground. Try and keep this leg shape and let your left knee and right foot come over to the left side. So we're coming into our spine twist, nice and slowly, lowering the foot down. It might touch the ground. If it doesn't, that's fine. Just go where you can. But try and have the ankle on top of the knee so the legs aren't crossed. The ankle's over the knee and we're sending that down nice and slow. It's going to really open up here in the spine. So breathing into the right side body, into the rib cage, feeling that lovely opening of the lower back. Now, if your foot does touch the ground, there's an option to try and grab hold of your ankle, and that really does intensify that stretch. So one more breath here, really enjoying the opening. And let's release the knees back up to the center. Place the right foot down and let's just do some windshield wiper legs. So just let the knees go left and right, just to get rid of any tension. And then we'll repeat that on the other side. So the right foot down, left foot into the air, interlace the fingers behind the hamstring, press in to the fingers and then draw the hand towards you. So it should be a nice strong grip. And the hands are on the hamstring. So really pull the leg towards you, nice strength here, and then release and let's do some ankle rolls and circles. Maybe drop the leg. Do anything that feels good. We come into our second set. So take a breath in as you exhale, pressing the legs into the interlaced fingers. And then trying to draw your leg towards you and at the same time pushing it away. Pushing the lumbar down into the ground and then releasing a little bit of freestyle movement. And we do that one more time, ready? So press into the fingers and then draw the fingers towards you. So we're relaxing the face and the shoulders. So one more breath here. And let's release. Okay, so we're crossing the left ankle now over the right knee. Leaving it here if that's enough for you today, or lift the right leg and interlace your fingers behind now into our recline pigeon. And the more you draw that right leg in towards you, it will intensify the stretch down here into the glutes and into the hips. So drawing it in. Breathing nice and naturally. And just notice how your body feels in this position. So just becoming aware. So one more breath here, in and out. And then we're going to slide over to the right side now. So the right knee drops down and see if we can place the sole of the left foot down onto the ground. It is quite an intense spine twist, and an option is to grab the ankle. You probably notice one side's looser than the other. So the left arm out to the side, maybe. You could have it in cactus arm or just straight out. Or maybe rested on your rib cage, whatever feels good. And just take a couple of breaths here, really enjoying the spine opening. Okay, so let's slowly return back to the center. Little windshield wiper with the legs just to loosen anything up. And now we're going to come up onto all fours into tabletop. Now you can make your way to tabletop, or you can rock and roll, crossing the ankles, hands on the knees, and let's rock backwards and forwards until we come over the knees and into your tabletop position. We're just going to take 3 cat-cow breaths here, just to include the upper and middle back now. So knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. Take a breath in, drop the belly down, try and lift the tailbone and look forward. And then exhale, draw that belly in towards the spine, rolling the spine up. Let the head just hang down, press into the floor with your hands and the tops of your feet. And let's repeat that. Inhale, belly down, look forward, tailbone up. Exhale, rolling the spine up. Inhale, belly down. And exhale, rolling the spine up. And really press into the hands. Let the head go chin to chest. And then come back to our neutral tabletop. Now let's come into our tiger tail pose. So lift the right foot up, keeping the leg bent, as if you're making a footprint with your foot on the ceiling. Great. So take a breath in here, drop the belly a little bit and look forward, and then exhale round the spine and bring the knee towards the nose. Inhale, taking the foot out, belly down, look forward. Exhale, rolling it in, knee to nose. Let's do one more. Inhaling. And exhaling, knee to nose. Then look to the top of your mat and put your foot in between your hands. Come up onto your fingertips. Press the hips forward a little bit and raise the hands up into your low lunge. Good job, everyone. Yeah, lovely. So let's assist the hips forward a little bit, but make sure the ankle's under the knee. So take a breath here, really stretch up with the fingertips, and then come up a little bit so you get more of a 90-degree angle with the back leg. And let's do an open arm twist to the right. So let's send the right hand back and the left hand forward and look round to your right. And on the next breath, lower the right hand down and lift the left hand above the head into your reverse twist. Inhaling back as the hands come down to the mat. Let's tuck the back toe and lift that back heel up so the back leg's nice and straight. Press into the left hand and then raise the right hand up for an easy twist. If you can, you might want to take your gaze up to your right thumb, or maybe just ahead of you, or maybe down to your foot and hand on the mat. So one more breath, reach up with the fingertips, and then exhale, bring the hand down, lower the back knee, release the toe, and slide back into your tabletop. Good job. Okay, let's do it again on the other side. So raising the left foot up this time, so the sole of the foot pointing towards the sky. Great. So inhale, belly comes down. Let's look forward. And exhale, rolling the knee in towards the nose. Inhale, tail goes up, look forward, belly down a bit. And then exhale, rolling forward, knee to nose. Let's do one more. So inhaling, looking forward, tail up. Exhale, knee to nose. Keep it there for a moment. Look to the top of your mat and step the left foot forward this time. Coming up onto your fingertips. And then inhale, raising the arms up above. Into our low lunge. Let the hips go forward a little bit. So you're just melting forward, opening up the back hip flexor. Next breath in, come up a little bit more, upright. And let's twist to the left now. Left hand to the back, right hand to the front. Engage your core, maybe get you a little bit more balance. And an option to come into reverse. So the left hand comes down and the right hand over the head, stretching up. Taking it easy and then slowly bringing the hands back down to the mat. Tuck the back toes and lift the back knee, lengthening the back leg, pressing into the right hand. And let's bring that left hand up for an easy twist. Good job. Just take it easy, breathing nice and naturally. Maybe smiling, always softens the body. And bringing the hand down, lowering the back knee, release the toes, slide back into tabletop, place the knees together on the feet and send the hips back towards the heels, stretching the hands forward on the mat and rest down into child pose, into Balasana. So take it easy. You can rest the arms down if you wish, or if you want a stronger child pose, come up onto the fingertips and connect the forehead to the ground. Let's take 3 breaths here. Normalising the body, stabilising. So nice breaths. Take the breath in through the whole body, to the back of the ribs, the hips, the feet, the hands. Good, okay. So when you're ready, we're going to come up into our first downward dog. So tabletop first. So get into that position. Walk the hands forward, just a slight hand length. Press into the hands, especially the fingertips, the knuckles. Now tuck the toes under and send the hips towards the heels first, so the arms are nice and long, and then lift the heels up. So this is our first downward dog. Let's keep the legs bent and let's bend one leg and then the other. So we're sending the heel towards the ground. It doesn't have to touch, it's just an aim. But we really want to keep a nice long back and pressing very strongly into the fingertips and the knuckles. Okay, so let's plant the left foot down as much as we can. So we could be on our toes, that's absolutely fine. And let's raise that right foot into the air. So we're into our 3-legged dog. Let's bend the leg, the right leg, and then rotate a little bit. So you're stacking your hips on top of each other. The dangling foot's coming quite close towards your hips, and see if you can lift the knee up just a little bit higher and try and keep the elbows relatively straight. A 3-legged dog. Take a breath here. Take the breath into the top of the hip and the waistline. Breathing that breath in. Let's straighten the hips out now. Point the leg into the air, and then we're bringing the foot forward in between the hands, and we're now coming into high lunge. So press into the feet, lifting up, hands above the head. So the front leg's bent and the back leg, it's got a soft bend in it, but it's extended out. On our toes at the back there, good job. And let's come into our open arm twist. So twisting to the right, the left hand goes to the front of the room and the right hand to the back. You can stay here, or an option to reverse, a little bit more intense. Right hand comes down as the left hand comes up. So one breath here. Coming back up to the center, hand above the head. Slowly bring the hands down and then slide back into downward dog. Doing really well. So let's just do another little bit of freestyle movement. Maybe shake the head, bending one leg and then the other. And when you're ready to come into three-legged dog on the other side, let's lift that left foot into the air. You'll feel a stretch in the hamstring on the leg that you're standing on. So soften the knee if you need to. It doesn't need to be bent. Now let's bend the left leg now. So sending the foot towards the hips. And let's stack the hips. So you're really opening up the hips and lifting the knee up towards the sky. You should feel good. So a lovely opening at the front of the hip. We're taking the breath there too. Just take one more breath here. Let's straighten the hips up now and extend the back leg. Then looking forward to the top of your mat, and let's bring the left foot forward in between the hands. Plant that down, nice strong foundation. And we're going to raise up into high lunge. A really lovely bend in the front leg. Lifting through the fingertips. And we're going to take an open arm twist to the left now. Right hand forward, left hand back. Bend into the legs. Bend that back leg a little bit more, gives you a bit more range. Yeah, good job. Stay here, or option to come into your reverse twist. It's just an option, so do what you can. Inhaling the back hands back up. Exhaling, hands come down to the ground and come back into downward dog. Lower the knees, release the toes and come into child pose. So back down, head hits the ground. Forehead placed down, and you might want to slide the hands towards the feet and totally relax here. Let's stabilize. Let the body absorb the moves and slow the breath down. Perhaps the heartbeat's risen up a little bit, so we slow that down. Great. So let's come up to now very slowly to a nice comfortable seat. And slowly roll down on your back. And you bring your right knee with you. So your left leg may be bent, or there's an option to extend it out straight. Interlace the fingers round the right knee and really assist it up towards the chest, towards the shoulder, out a little bit, avoiding the rib cage. And let's just squeeze that in, keeping the elbows nice and close and pressing the lower back into the ground. And if you can now, if it's not already, let's extend that left leg straight. So this is great for the digestive system. We're coming into a spinal twist. So just assist that right knee over the body, slowly coming over so the knee goes towards the floor, and try and anchor the right shoulder down into the mat. So your left hand might be just resting on your knee. If it doesn't quite come to the ground, just let the foot rest on that left leg. But you'll find the more you do this, more practice, your range and your spinal column does start to rotate a little more. But just take one more breath here. And then slowly, nice and slow, come back to the center. Don't rush. Nice and slow. Place the right foot down and bring the left knee up now. Interlace the fingers underneath the knee and just squeeze that knee up towards the chest, aiming towards the crease in the shoulder. And slowly slide the right foot away now. One more squeeze here, the knee to the chest, and then slowly assist over the body into our spine twist, resting the knee down and try and anchor the left shoulder to the ground. So just checking in with our breath, naturally breathing in, just doing what we can in the moment that we're in. And we're doing this to feel good. Great health benefits. So one more breath here. And then slowly, slowly come out and prepare for Shibasana. We've got about a minute's rest here. So you can come into Shibasana the way we started. So that was knees resting together and legs bent. Or fully extend the legs out. Let the toes just fall out to the side. Have the arms resting on the ground, palms facing up. And let's take a lovely cleansing breath. So in through the nose, filling up with breath. And exhale through the mouth. So any last little minute fidgets and moves. And then I invite you to be still for just 60 seconds. Really enjoy this moment of rest and peace and quiet. And allow the body and the mind to absorb the yoga sequence. So we're just watching our breath, and I mean just listen and observe how you breathe. Don't change it. Inhaling and exhaling, keeping it simple. So inhaling and exhaling. And if you want to start moving the toes and the fingers, incorporating some movement here. Ankle rolls, maybe lift the hands up into the air, maybe a full body stretch, whatever feels good. And then assist the knees, excuse me, up to the chest. Little rock and roll left and right. And then roll over to your left side or your right side, whatever's convenient. Just take a moment and then press up to a nice seated position. I'm going to sit on my shins here. Let's just rest our hands to our heart space. Close your eyes just for a moment and just notice how you feel. So hopefully feeling a little different to when we started the class. And to close the class, I'm going to invite you to chant an Om. So what we do is we breathe through the nose and then we make an Om sound on the exhale. So together, let's take a breath in through the nose. Let's place the palms together and rest the thumbs at the point in between the eyebrows. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.